The Honorable Dick Thornburgh, former U.S. Attorney General, former Governor of Pennsylvania, of Counsel, K&L Gates.
Good evening. I'm Jim Sandman, President of the Legal Services Corporation. I'd like to congratulate former Governor and Attorney General Dick Thornburgh on his receiving the Outstanding Leadership Award in support of civil legal services. I can't imagine anyone better deserving of this award. Governor Thornburgh's commitment to civil legal services began in the early years of his career when he was a founder and incorporator of the Neighborhood Legal Services Association in Pittsburgh. In fact, he personally wrote the Articles of Incorporation. He's described that experience in setting up Neighborhood Legal Services as a personal watershed moment for him, one that cemented his path to public service.
The Honorable Dick Thornburgh has a distinguished public service career, having served as Governor of Pennsylvania, Attorney General of the United States under 2 presidents, Under Secretary General of the United Nations, and he worked in the Justice Department under 5 presidents, including serving as U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania. He and his wife Jenny have been champions for the disabled and helped with the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act. His lifelong commitment to public service and enduring commitment to the mission of equal justice under law reaches back to the beginnings of civil legal aid in Pennsylvania. In 1966, Governor Thornburgh was among the 14 individuals who were the original incorporators of Neighborhood Legal Services in Pittsburgh.
Governor Thornburgh was one of the original incorporators of Neighborhood Legal Services, one of the true leaders who saw a need for civil legal aid for the poor. It was not embraced by all the lawyers in our community, but it was the leaders who stepped forward, including Governor Thornburgh, who really incorporated us and served on our original board. He was an officer and one of the true leaders and pioneers of our history.
Governor Thornburgh recognized that civil legal aid is an essential lifeline to basic human needs.
Governor Thornburgh's leadership in helping establish Neighborhood Legal Services has been critical to low-income consumers in the Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, southwestern Pennsylvania region. Low-income consumers are struggling each and every day with having their rights violated in a number of different ways. There are folks who are facing issues around eviction and housing and mortgage foreclosures, and without Neighborhood Legal Services they would have nowhere to turn, and also quite possibly could lose their housing for themselves and their children. There are women every day who struggle with domestic violence and custody issues and can't afford to get representation, oftentimes don't even know where to turn to, and thankfully Neighborhood Legal Services is here today to help women get those types of services. I myself, many years ago, how I came into contact with Neighborhood Legal Services actually was a client and found myself in need of assistance with filing for a PFA and fleeing from a domestic violence situation. I had no idea where to go, so thankfully Neighborhood Legal Services was here to assist me with that, and I sit before you today safe and sound as a result of the services I received.
Through the years, Governor Thornburgh has remained a friend, supporter, and advocate for civil legal aid.
We have asked Governor Thornburgh on several occasions to work with us on our celebrations of our 20th and our 45th anniversary. He's always been there. He has always believed in our mission and has always supported access to justice on all the fronts that he served at the state level and at the national level.
Governor Thornburgh gave an assist to Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network's advocating for financial support for its Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Summer Internship and Fellowship Program.
We're also very appreciative of Governor Thornburgh's efforts and being a champion for the MLK Program of the Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network. It is a program that is very important. It serves as a pipeline for young attorneys, minority attorneys in particular, to come into legal aid services, and it creates a lot of diversity in the programs. And I think it's very important for people, sometimes for people to see and to get services from people who look like them.
Recognizing that civil legal aid is truly a lifeline for single mothers, low-wage workers, domestic violence survivors, seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities, and essential to our nation's justice system, Governor Thornburgh publicly advocated for the preservation of the Legal Services Corporation and funding for civil legal aid.
He currently serves on the Leaders Council of the Legal Services Corporation, advocating for continued robust funding for the nation's largest single funder of civil legal services. Just last year, he wrote a forceful op-ed in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, advocating for continued funding for the Legal Services Corporation. Throughout his career, Governor Thornburgh has been guided by the admonition of a person he describes as a personal hero of his, the great Judge Learned Hand of the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, who said, "If we are to keep our democracy, there must be one commandment: thou shalt not ration justice." Governor Thornburgh understands the importance of a fair and accessible justice system to societal stability. People at all income levels need to have confidence, faith in the justice system. They have to know that they can get a fair shake, even if they can't afford to pay for a lawyer. Governor Thornburgh cites Judge Hand as a hero of his. Governor Thornburgh is a hero of mine. I think he personifies not only the highest values of the legal profession, but the highest values of our nation. Thomas Jefferson said the most sacred of the duties of government is to do equal and impartial justice to all its citizens. That's a value that Governor Thornburgh lives every day. Thank you, Governor Thornburgh, and congratulations.
In gratitude and with sincere appreciation for his leadership and advocacy, the Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network is privileged to present the Outstanding Leadership and Supportive Legal Services Award to the Honorable Dick Thornburgh.